Hello there, and welcome to Namident Academy. Today, we are going to discuss about ways of learning or developing graduate level or high academic level writing. A lot of academics have great ideas, and students who are trying to bring these ideas to the world but are facing challenges on how to transform these ideas into writing, either writing for a grant to get the funding for research or social work, or write manuscripts to be published in academic journals, or write manuscript to be published in industrial magazines, or write a technical report to help advance industrial activities, or write their thesis, and so on and so forth. These writing challenges are disturbing, and in these videos, we will try to give advice to ourselves on how to handle such challenges. First of all, I would like us to look at the meaning of writing. So we ask ourselves, what is writing? And I pick a definition of writing from Wikipedia, and I read, which said, writing is a cognitive and social activities involving neurological and physical process, and the use of writing system to structure and translate human thought into persistent representations of human language. So this, as I explained in the earlier, you have a thought, you have an idea, and you want it to transfer to one another through writing, which is persistent. That if something is written, it will take very long time to stay disrupted. If we look at the world history, all the written documents of more than 4,000 years ago are still in existence, less than the spoken words. Okay, and I like this definition from Bettis 1977, that says that writing is the practice as well as the site of production and exchange of knowledge. This is a very good definition, in that we are into academic writings, and we are going to talk much of academic writing, which is in using writing to produce knowledge and to transfer knowledge from one another. So, what are the uses of writing? So, we use writing in finance, to make business, to make arrangements, to write contracts, and a lot ways we use writing in legal, in finance, in academics, and all walks of life we use writing. But in this video, our attention is on the academic writing. So there are two major use of writing in academic and research environment, which is one, the use of writing for scientific and scholarly knowledge production. Second is the use of writing for transfer of knowledge. So these are particularly two ways that majority in academics we use writing for. Writing in schools or in academics starts from pre-education to kindergarten throughout primary to secondary education to undergraduate education and then the graduate education up to the highest level of education. Individual learn writing skills, different kind of writing skills throughout these years of education. In this video, I'm drawing your attention to the writing in undergraduate and graduate level. These two levels have some similarities when it comes to writing, and they have differences when it comes to writing. Because we all start from graduate level education and we take that writing skills from there to the graduate level. For some, they are not able or they've not realized that some of the aspect of of undergraduate level writing does not apply to the graduate level writing, and hence they continue to use those skills that are not applicable to graduate level writing and always face challenges. So I will first try to give you the similarities or the common things between graduate level writing and undergraduate level writing. One is in both level, writing must be free from plagiarism, and that no matter what you are writing, you should cite correctly the source of your writing. In both undergraduate and postgraduate level, plagiarism in writing is prohibited for students to plagiarize work of others, and that students are being encouraged to cite credible source for their claim and writing. Although in undergraduate level, the plagiarism in some schools and some universities is not taken seriously, or the percentage of plagiarism accepted is higher, but in the graduate level and above, plagiarism is taken very seriously, and in some writing, especially thesis writing and others, plagiarism more than 15% or 10% or 20% is not accepted, and that every graduate level writing should contain a credible source or citation for every claim made. Second, in both levels, people are encouraged to be conscious of sentence level errors, such as grammatical error, typographical mistakes, and so on and so forth. In both levels, the use of academic style writing is encouraged, that students are encouraged and required to write in a formal academic writing. The fourth point is that in both levels, people are encouraged or are required to write giving evidence from credible sources. And lastly, last point I will consider here is that in both levels, students are required to write objective writing and not to involve any emotions in their writing, for their writings to be specific and precise, for their writing to be concise, and for their writing to be formal. So these are the common points in writing both in undergraduate and graduate level. Differences between undergraduate and graduate level writing, I will talk according to some category. First is the purpose. The purpose of undergraduate writing is assessment. Here, students are uh, asked to write specific things to inform the instructor or the lecturer or the professor of the student understanding of what is taught them. But in the graduate level, the writing is for the student or anybody in the graduate level, other masters or PhD, that's right, PhD and above, for the person to act as a scholar and also contribute to the scholarly communication and conversation taking place in his or a field of expertise. And that the person in the graduate level education is expected to contribute to the field in adding values, in adding new things to the knowledge in that field. In most of the academic writing, when we look at the format of the writing, it has basically three parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. And within the body is separated with paragraphs and such. When we look at the format of writing in the graduate level, although that one also has to do with the field of the study, but in general, the person is required to provide literature review, to provide methodology, and to provide discussion of what is written. So that makes the undergraduate level writing different from the graduate level writing. When we look at the audience of the writing for undergraduate, is their lecturers, their examiners, and general academic audience. The audience in the graduate level writings are the scholars and the professionals in the field of study. Here, although in early part of graduate level education, the writing is purposely also for examinations such as assignment and also on and so forth. But at the later level of the education and beyond, the audience are mostly scholars within the field and outside the field and professionals in the field. When I was talking about the similarities in both the undergraduate writing and the graduate writing, I made mention of the plagiarism level that is not taken so much serious in undergraduate level, and that is taken much serious in graduate level writing. And these have a link or relationship with the level of quoting, direct quoting of works. In undergraduate level, the use of much direct quoting in the work or quoting others in your work is accepted a lot. But in the graduate level writing, the use of direct quoting is not accepted much, and that will increase the level of plagiarism, and that higher plagiarism is rejected in graduate level, and hence a person in graduate level is required to paraphrase a lot, to read the quotation of somebody's work and write it in his own words, and after that reference it to the original source. Also, summary is very common in graduate level writing with analysis of the work. The last point I will consider here is the presented information. In the undergraduate level, because it's for assessment purposes mostly, the presented information is a repetition of what others have done or what others have said. And that in the graduate level, because a person is required to contribute to the communication in the field, The shared information is a form of conversation making with the colleagues in the field. So now we have seen the differences and commonalities between the two levels of writing. The next thing is for us to look at, is there a problem in academic level writing or a problem in graduate level writing? Yes or no? Yes, there are problems and challenges in academic level writing, as we see and we observe from a lot of people. The first problem is that writing itself is a challenge. Either we like it or not, writing is a challenge that we want to transform our thought into writing by way of we have observed some things, we have read some things, we have heard some things, and we want to write it in academic and scholarly format. Is a challenge, especially for people whose basic education is not in the language that they are writing the academic writing. And even with those people whose first language is the way they write the academic writing, they still face problem. The second problem in graduate level writing, which is less training. It will many graduate schools do not teach or train the student and the graduate on how to write scholarship or scholarly level writing. They presume that these students who are coming have get all the requirement to start their academic high level education and hence they don't need or those kind of training. And that I've seen and observed people that they are writing in their own mother language but are facing problem. They can't construct a good argument, and that in their even in their undergraduate education they were much into a level of specialization earlier in the undergraduate level. And I have observed a lot that in some part of the world, the first 2 years of undergraduate education is taking general courses that will help an individual to develop a career or a scholarship career or industrial career that the person learn everywhere, everything. But in other countries, as I observe, from the onset, the person is being taught strictly according to the discipline. And that is a very big problem. There is no much training and education in academic level writing. And this is a big problem. Another problem is the feedback. Sometimes when students are struggling to learn and develop academic level writing, they are faced with demoralizing, unhelpful, and crushing feedback from the supervisors and their superiors. And that it discouraged them, it gave them inferiority complex that they cannot put much effort in learning. As I said before, one supervisor informed another colleague that his writing is a strict language and that it's not acceptable in academic. Yes, maybe the professor or the lecturer is right, but the way you address somebody facing challenges, that is very important. You can say what you want, but in different tonation and in professional way, with the mentality of raising the morale of the student up for him to invest in him, in for him or her to invest in him or herself to develop this high level writing required in graduate schools or graduate level. Another problem is that a lot of students don't have where to rely on when it comes to these writing skills deficiency. Generally, people are depending on their supervisors, and sometimes these supervisors are also facing challenges. Yes, I have seen some supervisors are still trying to develop themselves. They even don't know how they were able to finish their PhD and now they hold position as lecturers or supervisors or professors. They still face challenges, especially when it comes to different languages. Like you have learned in German and your mother language is in English, and that it took you 3 to 4 years to finish your thesis in, let's say, the foreign language, and now you are teaching in that foreign language. Although you can talk in the classroom, you can express yourself there, some people are still facing challenges writing a good scholarly level writing in that language. So for some of these people like this, they face challenges and they have difficulty in teaching their students who are equally in their shoes how to develop themselves. And some of them take the frustration they face and just bombard their students with this negative feedback. And that you should know where to seek for assistance when it comes to developing your own academic level writing. The last thing problem I would like to elaborate here is ego. As a student, as a seeker of knowledge, you have to kill your ego and learn everywhere and from every person. Ego is killing a lot of scholars that they are not seeking knowledge where they may get. So a lot of people have difficulty in getting feedback and they take everything personally because of ego. A lot of people also give bad feedback to make people look small or look foolish because of their ego. So if you are in the a supervisor or supervisors to be, try to reduce your ego and feel for that student who is seeking for help and understand where he's coming, the challenges he's doing, and recommend a right thing for him to develop. It's not a time of you making him look foolish and you are much knowledgeable. No, you have to understand that you are training this guy to be your disciple and that you are his father in academics. And this knowledge and how you treat him directly or indirectly is going to affect your grandchildren, academic grandchildren. We have seen it and we continue to see it. So plant a very good seed in your students and your colleagues that they will always feel free to towards you, to come towards you and ask you questions and help you reduce the ego. And for students, you have to reduce your ego and don't take everything personally and attack or restrain yourself. That You are a seeker of knowledge, and for a seeker of knowledge, you always have to humble yourself and get what you want. It doesn't matter if you see a junior who has a very good writing skills, you approach him and let him help you, teach you how to do the writing, or your colleagues or other people. And I'm coming to the end of our video in this part. The video is long and I am used to making short videos. I don't want to take much of your time, and hence I encourage you to come next time and watch the continuation of these videos. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm looking for you in our next or the continuation of this video. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so, and I also encourage you to share the videos and channel to your colleague. See you next time.